Hi guys, I just wanted to come on and do another topic. What many people are telling me what's holding them back from working for the airline. Okay, so there's obviously many reasons why people getting held back or not really going for what they really want to do with working for the airline. So I kind of just wanted to answer some of your questions and answer some of your comments. Okay, so yes, finances. Obviously, you're going to take a pay cut most of the time that is holding you back. But financially, if you can just have obviously a side hustle or keep a part-time job or have other income coming in or keeping your expenses super low, you can still work for an airline. It's going to be hard, but obviously after a while, your pay will increase and you will be making decent amount of money to be able to live on, okay? No set schedule and working weekends and holidays. That is 100% true. You will not be able to work 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and know when you're on, know when you're off, any of that. You will not. There's no way, especially at the beginning when you don't have seniority. Now, you can now, like for instance, me with my seniority, thank the Lord, I can do that. I could work no weekends. And that's just because I've been there for a while and there's so many people behind me. Um, but most of the time, no, I worked weekends, I worked holidays, I worked Christmas, I worked New Year's. You work all of those times. But one good thing about working those days is you get double time, or sometimes some airlines give you time and a half. My airline gives you double time. But if you put those shifts up, a lot of times people pick those up because they want that double time. So I'm trying to think, I've never had to actually work airline on those holidays at all. At all. People picked up every single one of those shifts because they want that money. And I will gladly give it to them. Trust me, I will gladly give it to them. And yes, but you will be working weekends. And you will work odd hours. You will be exhausted. I remember my shift from 3:30 to 5:30. I don't think I'm a morning person anymore. I used to be. And waking up at 2:30. Yeah, I would wake up at 2:30, and it was literally while I was in my deepest REM sleep. I was so tired. I hated waking up that early. It made me feel like so horrible. Obviously, once I got up and moving around and all that stuff, I was okay. But that first initial alarm that woke me up, it was horrible. Also, night shifts sometimes where it's the last one of the day and you got that plane coming in from San Francisco, and you know how San Francisco is with the weather and the fog and all of those issues, and you're at the airport and you were supposed to be off at 12:30 and you're there till 2 and 3 just because of the delay. That sucks. So I understand people, if you want a routine, you should not work for the airline. You cannot work for the airline. You have to be like that one, like a palm tree where it sways with the wind. You have to just get used to it because your life's not going to be normal. Um, Starting from the bottom, yes, that is a concern. I totally get that because you will be starting from the bottom. Hopefully you have a good last four digits of your social security. For instance, if you're 2189, you in your graduating class or your training group, you're going to be higher in seniority than the person whose last four digits begin with a 9. I mean, I feel so sorry for those people who have that social security. I had one in my class that had a 0. Hers started with a 0, so she was number 1, and that helped. But not only your training class, but the people that have been there for years and years and years, they're going to have way more seniority, so they're going to be able to go home early when there's a delay. They can bid better. They have a higher, they'll get on the plane quicker than you. There's so many, they'll have a higher pay, all of that stuff. But you know what? If you stay there and people above you end up leaving or retiring or getting fired, you're going to continue to move up, and there's people below you that are getting hired, and you continue. As long as you stay there, you will continue to move up. Seniority is everything in the airline industry. Okay, fatigue and lack of sleep. Yes and yes. Especially if you're a parent or you have another job. It is so true because when you do have those weird odd hours and you think you're going to be able to go to bed at a certain time and you can't, you are going to be lack of sleep. Or just say you have that night shift, that mommy shift where you're working while the kids are asleep from 11:30 to 1:30 or 9:30 to 1:30 or whatever, and the plane even if it comes in on time and you get home after you take a shower and you're not in bed till 2:15, It's true. You're going to have fatigue and lack of sleep because you're going against your circadian rhythm. You know, you're not going to bed at the time you're supposed to, or waking up early in the morning. You're waking yourself up in like that really deep mid sleep. So yeah. So if you can take care of yourself, make sure you drink lots of water, and then try to make up that sleep and be good to yourself, be kind to yourself, eat good foods, not stress. It should be okay. I've made it work, and I know other people can make it work too, you know? Long probation period. Oh, yes. Probation 6 months. I don't know any airline that's not less than 6 months. So it is long. I mean, I know most places are 90 days, right? 6 months. So you got to be on your P's and Q's. You can't miss any, you can't miss. You can't call in sick. You got to go in while you are sick, because that is a ding against you. So you have to be perfect pretty much for 6 months. Once you get your 6 months, then you get in, you know, your union and all that stuff, and you're off that probation period. So you have a little bit of more wiggle room. But even after that 6 months, you cannot call in sick all the time and all that other stuff, because you still get points and it still counts against you. So you still have to kind of make sure that you stay within policy, especially attendance, especially tardies. That is a reason why most people get fired, is because of attendance and tardies. So just make sure that as long as you are consistent and you're on time, it should be okay. The fear of the unknown. Yes, yes, yes. It is an unknown industry because not many people are in the industry. It's not like it's teaching or nursing or anything like that. It is kind of intriguing, and it is the fear of the unknown, just going. Hey guys, sorry my alarm went off. It's so annoying. Okay, so it's a different job, you know, and just learning to be in a different industry and everything. So it's different. It's weird. It's exciting, but don't let that, you know, not make you want to do it. So it's fun. It's fun to do things that are different. Know that you will be fine. And if you don't like it, go back to what you're doing before, you know, but never go through life just trying and staying in the same status quo and doing things what everyone else does just because it's considered acceptable in our society, right? Not having a grown-up job. I know it's not, it is a grown-up job, but it's not a grown-up job. Like, for me, I mean, it's a grown-up job. I mean, you're making money, you know, but it is kind of a fantasy job, just because it's not something that most people would consider a grown-up job. You're not working at a bank. You're not working normal hours. You're not working as a teacher or a doctor. You're working in the travel industry, and it's still a grown-up job. You're still contributing and all that stuff, but it doesn't matter what other people think, you know. It's people judging you, and let them judge you. But most of the people are always like, "Oh, I wish I was doing it," or "I wish I could do something like that." So whatever, you're not living for anyone else. You're living for yourself, right? And then another thing for all you college educated people like me is not using your degree. Doesn't matter. You still have your degree, right? You still have your college degree. You still have your master's. You still have your bachelor's. You still have all of that stuff. And yeah, we all know that this airline job, all they want is a GED or a high school diploma. That's okay. That's okay. But even though that's all they want is the GED and the high school diploma, you still will never, no one can take your degree away from you. And if you have that degree, if you want to move up, it's so much easier. So for instance, me being a customer service agent right now, or a ramp agent or whatever, all you need is a GED, okay? Or a high school diploma. But what if I said I wanted to work in management? What if I wanted to move up in the ranks? Now I have my airline experience, and then I apply for a higher level position. I can put that on my resume that I do have my degree, so that I can work in a better position. So remember that you will never, your degree is not wasted, right? And also just the fact that just to be able to travel, just to be able to go different places, that degree, whether you're a linguistics major, a Spanish major, an English major, you will have that background of all that education that you do have, and be able to take that, oh, I remember studying this painting and art class, and and then you can actually go travel and see it. And So that's for the people that are saying that they feel like they're wasting their degrees. But there's other things. Maybe I can do a part two, guys, at another time, at another point, with more of you guys' concerns about what's holding you back. But hopefully nothing holds you back. Life's too short to worry about anything. And I feel like make it work. You can go for it. And that's it. I'm just here to motivate you guys. Hopefully you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.